What up, dog?
What's up, man?
I had to rush back.
Stacey, you had to rush me. You're like, I saw you like running.
Yeah. I know. I was like, the intro's about to end.
Yeah, you're like that dude that's running to the bathroom stall.
Yeah.
And he's just like perfectly timing, getting the belt loop off and the pants pulled down and laying down before he sprays the wall. You know.
Oh my god.
True story.
It is a true story.
Not from me, but from another dude.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
A friend of mine.
Friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Well, Station, my man. Dude, sadly, Horror Fest has ended. October has ended, man. And it's sad, bro. I'm like depressed.
I'm still holding on, bro. Like
I'm never letting go. I'm never letting go.
I know, right? That's what I was saying in all the promos for tonight leading up. I was like, Horror Fest doesn't end on Dylan's Horror Show. Until next week. But don't worry about that.
Right. Oh, man. It's awesome. But tonight, we're here to review Tales from the Darkside, the movie, a.k.a. Creepshow 3, as everyone in the horror community would definitely call this. I forget, I have the freaking TV show somewhere in here, too. I love that, but I love both of these posters, man.
I know. They're so good.
Both of those are awesome, man.
It's one I'm very happy I got the slip for, so I could have both of them displayed.
Same, dude. Same. I was surprised to get it, but yeah, man. So, before we get into that review, though, a little horror news, I guess, this week. I know Chucky episode 4 came out. It's a pretty good episode. I'd say it was one of like the weakest, in my opinion, just because it was the kind of like. Besides, like, they had some awesome shit with Chucky, but it was kind of, it felt like a little step, like they took a little step back in it. Like, now the kid is, like, fucking kind of teaming up with the bitch, you know, that he just tried to have killed. What?
Well, you knew that was going to happen. That, like,
I know, man, but I was, like, kind of hoping a little something different, but.
I think it's a prequel to the new Power Rangers show.
Yeah.
At the end of it, Zordon calls, and they're all of a sudden they're 5 teenagers with attitude, right?
Yeah.
If they don't kill
that would be something.
I thought so far that 3 has been the weakest, and I am still immensely enjoying this series. But these last two episodes in particular have done some really dumb things as far as the logic of the characters and the structure of the script. Like the whole bit in the 3rd episode where he's hunting down Lexi, right? Because she's out jogging and he wants to kill her, right? And so I understand that her boyfriend, his cousin, has her phone, but why do they dress the same when they go out running separately? Like it.
Yeah, I know that was a little weird.
Like, there's certain things that just stretch things out, like, logically. It happened in the
last should have been, like,
I can't even... I can't even think of what in particular. There was something in the last one where I was like, that makes no sense.
That's weird. Like if it was a random person, that would have been. I'd have been like, okay, I could buy that. But like, boy, at least is this couple wearing like matching running outfits,
and they're not running together.
Yeah.
Like what's the like? I don't understand. Right. They got the same hoodie, the same little shorts, and the same leggings. Oh yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. But that being said, I'm loving the hell out of the show. It's daring. It's pushing the envelope. Like, what is this like when you're watching it on cable? Surely there's bleeps and shit. There was a bleep in the third episode.
Yeah.
And so that means Chucky had to call Lexi some really messed up shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I think he called it the C word.
I thought so. I was like, I bet it's the C word.
He's been dropping it on Blu-ray. He's been dropping F-bombs, but see, I hope like they better do a box set. They have to for this season, and I'm hoping that if anything that they did bleep out will be like in the discs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that would make it at least worth it for me in the long run.
Yeah, totally worth it. The Chucky show is worth it, and this is a franchise that has actually managed to stay relatively consistent all the way through, right? And that's really that's a rarity, man, and that's something that really deserves some respect, and that's because I believe strongly because Don Mancini's been the guiding hand, right? And I'm loving it. I love the I don't want to spoil too much about the newest episode, but I love the new visual of Chucky. I think it looks great, and I think it's going to lead us into some more territory coming from cult of Chucky in particular. And what's really crazy is that we got pumped on this show because all these people were coming back. Tiffany, Kyle and Andy, the daughter of Brad Dourif who's coming back.
It looks like Tiffany and the daughter should be back next episode.
Nice. None of them have come back yet. 4 episodes in, and I'm still digging it.
Yeah. But I think that's good though, because I think they weren't really ever meant to be a big in the story. I kind of like getting some fresh, like the daughter got 2 movies and not like, cause I'm digging this Jake Wheeler kid. I don't know, man. Like I really like him. His cousin's okay, and then the little kid, the investigator kid, he's all right. But it's really
love interest.
I really love Jake. He's the best, man. And then like the girl, I think she's really good at being like a fucking bitch that you want to like really hate. But I mean, that just shows how good of an actress she is,
Yeah,
but
they're doing that whole bit where they're trying to like humanize her a little bit, right? Yeah. And I think they're actually doing that well. So obviously, this team is going to band together to be the Chucky fighters or whatever. They're the Dream Warriors of the Chucky franchise,
right?
And if you think about the end of Cult and all that stuff, I guarantee you they kill this damn Chucky doll, and then they find out that there's more.
There's because Chucky's still like inhabited his daughter's, but I keep forgetting her real name. I keep wanting to say her real name is Fiona Dorff. I forget what the hell her name is in the movies.
The character, yeah.
And but yeah, so that's but he looked pretty dope, man. Because I was
Nika,
yeah. But yeah, Chucky's look was pretty cool. That's one thing I get. He has so many cool looks, but it's always the same person, not like Michael Myers, where it's like a different guy playing him each movie, a different mask each movie,
Yeah. I mean, this is the one time that Mark Hamill stank, was when he replaced Brad Dourif for the reboot, right?
Yeah. Which I don't even count as like the real Chucky,
Yeah, it's not in the box set I have, so I don't need it. I just
I don't even. I don't even own it, so.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, either. Like, I never want to watch that one again, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I thought it might get a sequel, honestly, but I doubt it. What up, JB?
No, not now. I think I don't know how many like views that this Chucky show is pulling in, but I mean, I was looking at it on YouTube and it looked like it was doing well for what it is for USA and Sci-Fi in particular, right? Yeah. So, but there's a lot of people that I think are into this show. Like Perry's super into it. He's
Yeah.
claiming Child's Play is the best franchise in horror. Period. I
Is
don't know
it?
about
I'm
I don't know
loving
about
that.
that. I don't know about
Dude,
that, but
it's up there for me, man. Child's Play like is like really good, man. We're like I love every movie, man. The Child's Play 3 might be the weakest one, and that ain't saying much because I love that one too.
I really like 3. I don't know. I have
Actually,
issues with
well,
I
I
have
know
issues with 1 and wait,
Seed
I'm
of
sorry, what?
Chucky might be a little less than 3,
See,
but I love Seed of Chucky. I
love
love
Seed.
Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, I mean we did I think I was a little overly critical probably
Yeah.
when we did the
Yeah.
franchise review
Oh,
this
you
year.
were, but you were pretty good with it, but you were a little critical on some.
Well, I just have it. There's some issues I have with like 1 and 2. I feel like they're a little weird at times. 3 I really like, and I really love Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. Those are the ones. But I'm starting to get more. There's Perry right there. Fact.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Perry's liking that shit though. I mean, dude, he unboxed that big ass Chucky doll, dude. That was awesome. He's got that little one, bro, with like the hand as the knife from Child's Play 2. I don't want that big one. I want the one that he had like behind it. It's like I think it's like 10 inches or something, man. But it's like so detailed, bro. It was only like $80. I was gonna buy it and I fucking forgot to, bro. That thing would look sick, bro.
It would. I would like a full size Chucky in the box, I guess, but it would be cool to me. Like if I had a full size Chucky like displayed, like I would love like Bride of Chucky's my favorite look for Chucky. That and Pizza Face from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've always liked that look. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
I like the Curse of Chucky look though too. But I didn't watch the trailer. But Stranger Things dropped like a little teaser trailer, I guess, for season 4, and it says they're turning California upside down with new footage from the new season. I didn't watch it though yet. So.
I didn't see the California one, but I saw another one where it was like a clock or something. Like they dropped.
I think there's a brand new one though. There's another new one.
I know. I think they just dropped like a bunch over. Yeah, I don't know. They need to hurry up. Because people will forget that Stranger Things was a big hit.
Right.
Okay.
This
and
one's called Welcome to California.
Yeah. And B, these kids are like 27 years old now.
I know.
Like, they want to do one more season. They better hurry, or else they're doing an
one more.
It's like 10 years.
They want to do 5 altogether.
Yeah, I think 5 altogether. Yeah.
Yeah.
They better get to it. I'm tired of waiting so long. But I love Stranger Things.
And a lot of the kids are getting busier. The more, like the 11 girls doing those Godzilla movies for a minute. I'm sure she's going to have other work. And then the kid who plays Mike was doing all the It movies.
Yeah.
And he did another horror movie. Yeah, dude. Yeah. He's got, they're popular kids. Scream dropped like a small teaser trailer, but it was kind of like behind the scenes footage, and it kind of interviews Courtney Cox and some of the OG characters and some of the newer characters. So that was kind of cool to see a little interviews of the new cast. So man, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that new Scream. To be honest, it looks like they still got Kevin Williamson. So I'm like, I'm down for it, bro.
He's just an executive producer.
It feels like that. Is he?
Yeah, he's just an executive producer.
I thought he was doing the script though too.
No, he's not.
But
I always look forward to the next Scream movie.
Always, man.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm honestly, man, it looks good to me. Is there anything you got that you want to talk about before we get into the review? Then I guess.
I don't think so. Oh, here, did you watch the Morbius trailer? I guess that's kind of horror, right?
So yeah, that'd be some horror. I watched it. Yeah, I'm not at the new. I was more pumped on the first trailer. This trailer made me kind of I don't know.
He's discovering his powers. That whole kind of thing. Like, what can you do? I've got some kind of bat radar. Why?
Yeah.
He's Daredevil? Okay. Whatever. At least he morphs and transforms into bat-looking Morbius. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the whole dude, I'm sorry, that feels so 90s comic book movie that he's out there and his plan is to have all these bats come at him and bite him or something. Like that's a weird stretch, man. That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
I
don't know, man. It's that it feels kind of like it's gonna be like the Venom verse. You know what I mean? Like that same kind of tone. Like I could see them trying to pull some jokes here and there. This one might be a little more serious than Venom.
Well, they throw one of the jokes in the trailer.
Yeah, that's why,
like,
it feels like that same tone though too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit, like you said, a little bit more serious. We do got some really cool horror news for comics though this week. First of all, we already knew Robbie was going to continue doing more Swamp Thing. We know the details now. After issue 10, which comes out next month, which was the initial planned ending of the Swamp Thing by Robbie, Mike Perkins, and Mike Spicer, and Aditya Bidikar, it's going on hiatus till March and coming back with issue number 11. And Rom is on the book at least until issue 16, we know for a fact. So that's really cool. And also, Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino announced the Bone Orchard Mythos, which is going to be a expansive shared horror universe that they are developing together. There's going to be a graphic novel that debuts in June of 2022. Then it will be followed up by a limited series and another graphic novel. So it'll be a whole universe by Lemire and Sorrentino, straight up horror. They're all different stories, but they're all in the same world. And it's going to be a series of limited series, one-shots, and graphic novels. And, Lemire and Sorrentino doing anything together, and especially horror, we're down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely check that one out. That sounds fire, bro. I love me that Gideon Falls, man. One of my all-time favorites.
Have you read their new book, Primordial, yet?
No, I didn't even get that. That's not even on my poll.
It's definitely more science fiction. It's not horror. It's sci-fi, but it's got that 2001 aspect to it, so it's a little unnerving, and it does have a horror element to that, but it's more like weird sci-fi.
I got you.
Well, I love it. That's like a 5-issue series, and I just adore the hell out of them. Some people were saying that Primordial issue 2 was too fast, and I'm like, no, you read it too fast. Slow down, absorb it.
Right.
I don't know who I'm talking to.
There's 4 Screams though, Billy, and the 5th one is coming out in like a couple months, so there will be 5. They already dropped the trailer for the Scream 5, but they're not calling it Scream 5. They're just calling it Scream. So
next one's gonna be called Scream and Furious.
But it's weird because it's a continuation of, but I guess it's to bring new people in, because I guess even if you haven't watched the movies, I'm sure they're going to make it accessible for you. Absolutely. Which I don't get. Like, Scream is fucking awesome, dude. But
yeah, there are going to be 5 once that one comes out. But I do understand, because we all wish that Scream 3 didn't necessarily happen the way it did. But
yeah,
it's still a Wes Craven film we got. So
yeah, so you gotta respect it. I think that's it. Let me see. It looks like there's a platform to launch digital collectibles from legendary artists, including George C. Romero's The Rise, the comic book prologue to. I don't know if they're saying.
The Rise, the one that Heavy Metal's
doing? The comic book Knights of the. Yeah, but I don't know what they're saying they're gonna do.
I agree with Discovery.
Did you like that? What?
Primordial 1 is better than 2. I agree, but I still love issue 2.
Yeah.
It was a fast read, but I think there was a lot to it. But I am a sucker for a story about animals that works. This was about a dog. So, yeah, that looks cool. But how much of that are we going to get? We're going to get mostly Jared Leto with no shirt.
That's what I'm scared of too, It's like, dude, go for it, bro. Like, I don't want it. I know, like, I can go see Jared Leto's face in so many movies. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
we want fucking Morbius, man.
At least it won't be as bad as like the plasma suckers on the hand from the Spider-Man animated series in the 90s because they didn't want them to bite people on the neck.
I heard Eternals isn't too good. I'm hearing some people I think are saying it's pretty good, and then some like it's shot beautifully, but I'm hearing Eternals is kind of a letdown.
That's what I'm hearing. I didn't watch it. I went and watched Dune
I haven't
last night
watched it
instead.
either. Dune?
I watched, Dune. Let me tell everybody, like, I'll talk more about it tomorrow night on Rockin' Robbie Live, but Dune is fucking badass, bro. I know that's not the first time anybody's heard that, but
right.
Dune was fucking badass, man. Like, I loved every moment of that. Dude, here's how much I love Dune. I ran out of my drink 30 minutes into the movie. I never went to go refill it, and I never went to go take a piss. Like, I sat through this 2.5 bro, and yeah, it's 2.5 hours. Dude, I was riveted in that movie. I just couldn't. I was absorbed into it.
That's only chapter 1 too, I believe.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like the first half of the first book or something like that. It's kind of the ballparky thing, I guess. But I'm glad for the way that they did it. If that was rushed into like just an hour or footage, I would not have been.
I mean, dude, I hope that they get like, if it's 3 chapters, then fuck it, you know, like.
Do it. I don't care.
For what they're doing, it's beautiful, bro.
If they do 2 movies for each of the first 3 books, which most people consider like the core, and it falls apart after that, from what I hear. I've never read the Dune stuff. I have the Dune book now, but I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it just so that I don't get it spoiled, because Jamie was talking about it already, and I was like, I don't want to know any of this yet. I don't want to know anything yet. And what the problem is I like to speculate. And then, like, so when I speculate with someone to say read the book, she'll be like, "Oh, well, you're kind of on," and I'm like, "Oh, no, just let me speculate." Don't. But I understand what it's like when you know something. Yeah, I understand. But anyway, what was that?
I actually gotta watch the ending of Dune. I still didn't watch the last 30 minutes.
Oh, man, it's so good. It's such a good movie. I really like it. And it's
my internet was fucking up.
Yeah,
but it was dope from what I saw.
It works. It works so well for me. And if they did 2 movies for each of those 3 books, they would have a 6-movie thing. And then they could obviously continue on doing whatever they wanted to. So I don't think it should ride out that long, because I don't think most things should. You know what I'm saying? But
is it iconic as like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy?
That's what everybody's saying right now.
Yeah, I've been saying I don't know about that.
The thing is, time will tell on that, and that's more on the younger generation and not on us.
Right.
You know, it's.
There's some Dune fans for sure, though.
Oh, I get it. I think it's amazing. I just don't know how many kids will love this movie. You know, it's not.
It's not. I mean, it's all about spice.
I know, right? Spice of life. Now I understand all those jokes about spice and shit. I've only ever seen the David Lynch film like one time in middle school. So
I've seen bits and pieces, and that's it. And then I saw there's a TV movie. They did a TV movie, and that's supposed to be better than the David Lynch. It's rated better on IMDb.
And then they did Children of Dune. Is that the one that Sting was in or something like that? Like, I don't know. Dune's never really been my thing, but I'm definitely, it is now.
They did one in 1984, which is the one I'm sure everyone's probably mostly knows. And then there's one in 2000 with William Hurt. And it's like a TV movie, so it was 3 episodes. So they probably showed or 3 parts or whatever. I have a soft spot for those TV, like those 3-part or 2-part miniseries, like that were on TV. I don't know, man. I really do. But that guy, John Harrison, directed that.
Oh, what a nice segue. Dude,
you know who directed the movie we're talking about tonight?
Do tell.
John Harrison. That's crazy.
You mean the John Harrison that was the composer of films such as Creepshow and Day of the Dead?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that George A. Romero and Stephen King were part of those films? Well, Stephen King's not part of Day of the Dead, but George A. Romero, oh, wow. Did you know he did this little TV show? Because Creepshow did 1 and 2, and he wanted to do a Creepshow TV show, and he couldn't get necessarily some of the rights from Warner Brothers, so they did instead a Tales from the Darkside TV show, and I believe they did a movie of that, which most of us consider Creepshow 3 and like to forget that the real Creepshow 3 never happened.
Oh, my God. Before we do that, they did release all the extras for the 4K Krampus, Naughty Cut that Scream Factory's doing. And they got a lot of interviews on there, man. The Naughty Cut with additional scenes and adult language that was previously cut for the PG-13 theatrical version. New audio commentary with Michael Daughtry. New Dolby Atmos track. And a bunch of other interviews. And they interviewed the guy who plays Krampus and everything. Yeah. Speaking of that Dune, James McAvoy is in that Dune with William Hurt.
Really?
Umbrella Entertainment is doing a 2-disc Blu-ray collection. It's called the Frank Herbert's Dune Collection. I'll probably actually pick that up, man, because I kind of am interested in that, man.
Okay.
I'll send you.
I like how you had the perfect segue, and you're like, no, we're just gonna keep going on with
this. It was because I just thought last second, and now I lost it, bro.
There's one problem for me with that Krampus set.
Yeah.
That it doesn't have the theatrical cut.
Well, I already own the theatrical cut.
I don't. And I don't necessarily
you
like
can
it,
get it super
but
cheap,
I would like to have the option. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I thought it is on there, but I could be wrong.
No, it's not. Daughtry made a point. He's like, that's not the movie I want. This is the movie. Yeah. So maybe I'm excited to check that out. They also, Scream Factory announced the extras on the new collector's edition of Vampire Lovers, which really fucking sucks.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
I just bought the Scream Factory Vampire Lovers a few months back, and now they're doing a fucking collector's edition.
They're doing a collector's edition?
Yes.
For Scream Factory?
Yes. Vampire Lovers. Fuck that. The Hammer film? You gotta be kidding me, man. I just bought this shit a few months ago. Come on.
Really? How much did you spend?
I don't remember.
Dude, I'm trying to
Probably not too much if I bought it, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, man. I'm bummed because there was something. The reason I did that segue is because there was something that I looked up and I thought about it for a split second and now I can't find it. Oh, the Martin. Remember the company that did the 4K version of Dawn of the Dead? That awesome box that I got? And Strict has it too. Remember I told you they were working on Martin?
Yeah.
To put out a 4K version of Martin. It's not coming out till next year, I don't think, but they just located the black and white 3.5 hour director's cut version of George A. Romero's Martin. It has been located, being returned to Richard Rubenstein Braddock Associates for restoration and distribution. And they were saying, they said that this cut is the black and white 16 millimeter version of Martin, and that it might not have, if they said it's probably never been seen, maybe obviously by Romero and stuff, but by nobody in the public or anything.
Dude, that's awesome.
So that should be dope, man. So that makes me excited for that box set, because I've only ever been able to watch Martin on YouTube. That's a weird one to find.
But you have seen it, right? I used to have the DVD.
Not in a long time.
I used to have the DVD, and then that, I sold that because it became worth so much money. Yeah. And I was hoping on a Blu-ray release, and I don't know if they did a Blu-ray release, but I don't
think so.
And so right now it's available on what we'll just call the PCP server. So I have it there, but I want a physical copy of that. So
dude, that set, bro, is gonna be sick, bro. You've seen how they did that Dawn of the Dead box set. That's how I guarantee the Martin is gonna be like that, bro.
I wish I would have got that zombie set, but
oh, you still can, bro.
Oh, is it still available?
Oh, definitely, dude. Because that's the second print. They did Scarpad has it, because they had mine. The Dawn of the Dead is in red. The first print, it's in that lime green yellow, the very original poster, and then it's a lot bigger, and it comes like a book and shit. It's basically the same thing, except the first print had the bigger box, different coloring, and then it came with two big books. And to me, it was
got regular Blu-rays on it too, right?
Well, you could get a Blu-ray version, but it's region locked, or you could get the 4K discs, which is 4K is region free. So that's why I got the 4K, but
I don't matter. It doesn't matter to me if it's region locked though.
Yeah, that's why I figured. So you could get the Blu-ray. Nice. Sadly for me though, I can't watch the special features disc, because that is all the discs, like the Argento cut, all the cuts are on 4K disc, but they did the special features disc on Blu-ray, so I can't watch that. But Scarp had uploaded it to his server, so I can watch them if I really want. But
nice. The DHS.
they're all really old stuff. Like it's a lot. It's not like they went out and did what Scream Factory does and got new interviews. It was a lot of like archival interviews, and just older stuff that like hadn't been released. And then shit that had been released. It was just all.
Does it have everything that's on that Ultimate Edition that I have on DVD?
Dude, I believe so. Dude, it has that and more, to be honest.
Because it's that's got 3 versions of the film, and it's got all the special features and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, while Dylan's looking for that, I just want to say this real quick. If you've never seen George A. Romero's Martin, it is one of the most different, unique, and interesting vampire-type films you will ever see. Like, ever. And you got to watch it, like, at least 2 times before you make your mind up.
Yeah, the only thing new it has on the special features, new Zombies and Bikers with John Amplas, Roy Frumeckes, Tom Savini, a bunch of guys, and a whole host of Zombies and Bikers, which is like an hour long. And then Memoirs of Monroeville, which is actually new. A tour of the mall with Michael Cornick, Tom Savini, and some other guys. Actually, there's more new stuff than I thought. Holy shit. I never looked because I couldn't watch.
Yeah.
New Raising the Dead, the production logistics with Michael Gormack. New The FX of Dawn with Tom Savini. That's 13 minutes. New Dummies. An interview with Richard France. New The Lost Romero Dawn interview. See, so they have some stuff that's old. That's what I was saying. It's like older, but it's never before seen, you know.
Nice.
Unreleased archive interview. Document of the Dead, the extended cut, 85 minutes.
Yeah.
Document of the Dead, the definitive cut with optional commentary. The Dead Will Walk, 2014 documentary. Trailers, TV, and radio spots.
The definitive cut.
Yeah, with optional commentary too.
So, and it also has like the Romero cut and it has the Argento cut, right?
Yeah, it has the theatrical cut, new 4K scan. The extended cut, the Cons cut, aka produced using 4K scan, and the Argento cut 4K scan of the inner positive.
That Argento cut, baby.
Dude, the Argento cut was sick, bro.
Yeah,
like I'd never seen that.
Y'all used to always fuck with me last year. Remember that? All of y'all. You and Jay Strick both now are like, y'all right. You're right, Robbie. The Argento cut.
That was a bit, brother.
But it's true though. Beautiful.
But yeah, I love the red, but the green scarf. I'll send you pictures of how it looks, but the green is sick, bro. It's a beautiful set though, bro. That's why I'm hyped for that Martin, bro, because that's one I've always really wanted, man.
Comic Toby wants to know: does Martin age well with today's era?
I was gonna say, it's a slow one, but
yeah. But here's the thing: is though, like they're not making movies like that anymore. I'll tell you that. Cerebros tried to buy Suspiria earlier. 4K is sold out and expensive. Just get the Blu-ray then. I got the Blu-ray. It wasn't too bad. It's worth it, man.
Yeah, I don't even own it, to be honest, man. Sadly, I gotta get that because it's always like free. But I will because I probably will get the 4K eventually. But that's why I just haven't bought it because it's actually sometimes like the Blu-rays are expensive, man. Like the Blu-rays still are expensive for that one.
Yeah, it sucks being an Italian horror film fan sometimes, because even when you're getting a deal, you're like, bro, I got it for a super good deal. It was only $26.
I know, regularly $36. Like those. Like the New York Ripper, House by the Cemetery, Two Evil Eyes. Those are fucking pretty pricey, man.
Yeah, man.
And I got those off Hamilton, but they were only like a few bucks cheaper.
Yeah, they worth it though. They worth it.
I know now. I wish because I got the Blu-ray ones. I kind of wish I would have got the 4Ks, but I like how the Blu-ray sets look better. They're like, how is that the hieroglyphic one? What is that?
You mean like lenticular? What are you talking about?
Yeah, lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular.
Oh, yeah, dude.
New York Ripper one is really good.
Did we ever do Two Evil Eyes? We did,
no,
we didn't?
I'm putting that on the list.
That's definitely on the list. That could be the Italian one.
Well, we can still do New York Ripper, bruh.
Oh, no doubt.
Come on. Anyway, I gotta go refill my gin and tonic.
But I'm just saying. Yeah, I got the Blue Underground, but it's not the 4K. It's the Blu-ray, which now I'm but I ended up picking this one because I didn't have my 4K Blu-ray player at the time. Now I got a 4K player, but this one came with the soundtrack, and the 4K doesn't. So that kind of made me buy that, and I do love the lenticular. But dude, and for real, the soundtrack on House by the Cemetery is my favorite soundtrack out of like probably all the Fulci's films. So it is one day though, dude. I need to get that damn 4K because I do love this film. This was when we reviewed all those movies by Fulci, the Gates of Hell trilogy. This one was my favorite, man. This is my favorite out of those three. Fucking damn good. Yeah, but this would be a good one to definitely review. Two Evil Eyes. I love that lenticular. Hey, Verno, though, I was talking to Robbie, and I'm thinking of some shows for the upcoming week. So we're about to do The Exorcist 3, since that's a direct sequel to the original. So I thought that would be a fun one to get you and a couple of the guys that were on for The Exorcist, and we'll kind of continue our discussion with that one since it's the direct sequel. I think that'll be a lot of fun, bro. Hit me up on Instagram and we'll talk about a date.
Dizzy Hope.
Yeah, Perry should definitely watch some Lucio Fulci. Oh, did you see this though, right?
I know. I don't have that one. I just have the Blu-ray they released in like the mid-aughties or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Great.
What?
This is fantastic. It's great. That's a great cover, and that's a great movie.
Oh, and that's the cover you have.
Yeah, but that slip you have is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what's different about this. This is just.
Well, that's a 2-disc edition, right?
This is the 3.
3. See, mine's just 1. It probably is the 3rd disc, the soundtrack, because that's something they like to do.
Yeah. But you know what it is? This is the 2019 restoration, so this is like a newer stand.
Cool.
But I don't even think it says. Oh, I was gonna say it doesn't have 3 discs, but it does. Yeah, that's why I was just saying, because Cobra was talking about the 4K for House by the Cemetery is amazing on Blue Underground, which I was gonna get, but I didn't have the 4K player at the time. Yeah. And I love the music for House by the Cemetery, so I just went with the Blu-ray with the lenticular cover, because to me that one's still badass too. Like the 4K came out like a year later, which was weird, you know what I mean? So they're both like probably the same scans, but I'm sure obviously the 4K is gonna look a little better. But I had to have that freaking soundtrack, bro, for House by the Cemetery.
Good stuff. See, I get the ones with the soundtracks, and I'm like, I don't play CDs. Like, I know. Like, where do I play this at? I guess I can put it in the Blu-ray player, but I just go to Spotify, and they usually have it. If they don't have it, YouTube does.
Sometimes I listen to a lot of horror stuff during the like the holidays, and just period. I listen to horror soundtracks, but sometimes they don't have them. They don't always have them, so it's nice. And I could always like upload them, like, and too bad, man. If you could upload them and then use them for like, clips, that'd be sick. But fucking get copyrighted, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know how that goes. We don't want no copyright strikes. Once you wind up monetized, we might have to change up the opening.
Right. Well, All right, we're 40 minutes in. Let's get into the freaking review. I'm sorry. Tales from the Dark Side. Let's see, what year did this come out? 1990. Wow. I didn't know it was 90. But so Robbie was doing his little segue and I screwed him up. But I don't know if you want to repeat it.
No, man, you just go ahead. I mean, the segue was that John Harrison. All right. So John Harrison, who did the music in the first Creep Show, as well as Day of the Dead, which is also George A. Romero, right? John Harrison directed Tales from the Dark Side. And it's really what we talk about as Creep Show Part 3. So this is what happened. We got Creep Show. We got Creep Show 2. And then, right, they were going to do a Creep Show 3. Didn't really happen. Then George A. Romero wanted to make a Creep Show TV series. Warner Brothers owned a lot of the rights to certain things, so they downplayed the comic book aspect. They changed the title to Tales from the Dark Side. This was a show that I adored as a kid. Like I loved
Tales from the Dark Side.
I loved watching Tales from the Dark Side.
You own the set?
No, I don't. I need to get it. See, I didn't have HBO most of my childhood, so I couldn't really watch Tales from the Crypt. But I got to watch Tales from the Dark Side.
That was the one I watched.
Just the opening of Tales from the Dark Side, when the title comes up and it's like that road or whatever, like it's super creepy. It always enticed me. And this was before I even knew who George Romero was or anything like that. So probably the first Romero thing I got into was actually Creep Show and Tales from the Dark Side. So Creep Show became Tales from the Dark Side. They did a movie. The movie is basically Creep Show 3 because even the story that Stephen King did that George A. Romero wrote the script for, which is the cat one, the evil cat or whatever, right? That was originally written for Creep Show 2. And then they were like, well, we'll just do that one in Creep Show 3. So that's what this is, like you say all the time. And we did get us Creep Show 3, but it has nothing to do with any of these guys. But Stephen King, George A. Romero, amazing production. And you got John Harrison, who has done my favorite horror movie soundtrack of all time, Day of the Dead, is John Harrison. He also did that amazing score for Creep Show and other films. This was, I think, his directorial debut. I don't know 100% on that, but he directed the film, and I freaking love it. It's also directed by or produced by Richard Rubinstein, who was working with Romero throughout most of his career. Dude, I love this movie. And it's got a hell of a cast, just like the first Creep Show does. It's got Christian Slater in it. Dude, it's got Deborah Harry. Debbie Harry's in this damn movie, bro.
Fucking Julianne Moore. Her first, that was Julianne Moore's first role ever.
Are you serious?
Swear to God, because in this behind the scenes, they talk about it. And then you got Christian Slater, like you said. You get Steve Buscemi. You said Deborah Harry, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. Who even Deborah Harry's, by the way, still got it in this movie, man.
Oh, no doubt.
She always had it, though.
But I love all the stories in this. To me, the cat one is like the weakest, but even I still love that one. But
that's my favorite one.
I love the aesthetic of it. Just, I don't know, like the first watch, I was like, but over the years, I like it a lot more. It's just, that one, actually, the weakest might be the witch one. The wraparound is probably the weakest one to me.
Yeah.
But I love all of them. So they're all a lot of fun. I mean, you get like two monster ones with the Lot 249 and then the Promise. I love both of those so much. Then you get your little witch story, which is the wraparound, and then you get the freaking classic evil cat story, which is shot. That's the best shot one, I think. Just like the aesthetic, and because they that like the color, it kind of, that one reminds me of a Creep Show vibe of the Father's Day one scene, you know, where they had a lot of those aesthetic colors. I think that one reminds me of that. But what are some of your thoughts on this one, bro?
Well, I mean, I love the film. I think it's really, really fun. I like that it's basically got 3 stories and the wraparound. Some of the other Creep Show movies, you know, the first one has a little bit more. It's a little bit longer. This one's a really short, tight movie, and it flows really well. It never feels like any of the stories are going too long. I think that they're set up the perfect way. I think that the weakest story is aside from the wraparound to me is charming and whimsical enough that I really like
definitely.
it. I mean, it's all tongue in cheek, right? Just like all these Creepshow films.
It sets kind of like a playful vibe at first. You know what I mean? Like
it does.
I love it.
But you got to think we're at the time of things like Amazing Stories.
Oh yeah.
Storyteller. I don't know if that was out. Yeah, surely it was. But like these more like whimsical fantasy type tales, so they set you up for that.
Yeah.
Because that whole framing device is very like Hansel and Gretel type shit, right? The witch wanting to eat a kid, and it's one of the Lawrence brothers, right? So there you go. Who was in the Ultraman reboot that they did in America, right? Anyway, so. That sets it up in an interesting way. Then they do what I love the way that they're set up, because the Mummy story, the lot 149, is that what it is? 249?
249, yeah.
249. That one to me is like one of the weaker stories, right? But like when I say it's weak, it doesn't mean it's not a story, but it doesn't mean that it's not enjoyable. It is enjoyable, right? That one feels very much like a Tales from the Crypt. But I love how they start, though, going old school with like a classic, like mummy type stories. Yes. Arthur Conan Doyle, by the way, creator of Conan, wrote that story. So it's based on that. The second story, really? Cat from Hell. Yeah. The second story, Cat from Hell, is my favorite, but
it's the best story.
It's I don't know, because the third one where they end it with the gargoyle, that story actually is the perfect way to end this movie.
The Promise,
right?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, I was saying The Promise. That's what it's called.
The Promise, yeah. That one is the perfect way to end the story. And they all are different, and they all fit together, and they all tie it in at the end with the way they end the framing device where the witch herself gets burned, and just the nonchalantness of that. I love and adore this movie. And to me, it's sitting up there. In fact, when I do eventually own the Arrow of Creepshow 2, which I don't have, I might just put this right after Creepshow and Creepshow 2.
Oh, dude, I do.
There's a part of me that's like, no,
it's Lover's Vow.
Yeah.
It's Lover's Vow.
Lover's Vow.
But the Lover's Vow is my favorite, without a doubt. The Mummy is just so much. It's like the funnest to me, Like
hold on a second, Dylan. Steven Spock totally corrected me. Howard created Conan. Robert, I had that wrong. Arthur Conan Doyle created Sherlock Holmes. My bad. I always get those.
Oh yeah, it does say that up here. Creator of Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The Conan threw you off.
I always get those confused. Not Conan and Sherlock Holmes, but
Michael McDowell too wrote some of these.
Yeah, Robert McDowell did the Doyle adaptation, and he did
249.
Yeah, and he did the last one too.
And dude, Dick Smith was a makeup effects consultant on this. That was like a huge thing too, and like he really I forgot what exactly he helped them do, but bro, Dick Smith was on this. I think this was the last thing he might have ever done, just because he was like barely did anything as a consultant on it. But because obviously K&B did all the effects. They did the Mummy. They did the Lover's Vow monster, which to me is like a gargoyle monster. They would have done the cat effects.
Thinking about what would Dick Smith do? Like, he's an amazing makeup artist, but what?
I watched the behind the scenes when I first got it. I didn't get to watch them all this time. And they talk about what he did, and now I don't remember what it was.
I remember because I tried watching them like when I was like lay down.
Maybe something with the Mummy, but I don't know why they would need him for that.
It might be the Mummy. I don't know.
I gotta watch that because you own the Scream Factory too, though. But
yeah, I was watching the special features. I would put it on at night before I go to bed, but I fall asleep within like 4 minutes. Yeah. So I didn't make it through very much.
I can't remember, but he did something on there. I'm sure like he probably to be honest, I almost want to say like he might not. He just maybe helped them do something. Like he just told them how to do it, and they just threw his name on there. Like I'm not even sure if he was on set. To be honest, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch the special features. This one's cool though because they go into each they go into each story. Like they have a chapter 1, chapter 2, and like they go deeply kind of into each story and like what they had to go through and shit. And it's actually I really like how they broke down the features on this one. But yeah, I think, and all of them are directed by John Harrison too, though, and each one has its own kind of their own vibe, and you can definitely differentiate each one from another. Like I said, the wraparound has that, you know, like Hansel and Gretel feel, where the next one, what was the next one? Lot 249 feels like a classic, you know, Universal monster movie in a college dorm room. You know what I mean? And then
it's like a Stuart Gordon approach to it almost.
yeah, Cat from Hell is you know, has it's shot, I'd say Cat from Hell is shot the best. Shot the best, the way it's got some cool like side views of, you know, the old dude going down, just freaking out, going down, you know, these long hallways, because he's such a fucking big millionaire, so his house is just gorgeous, and the color design of it. So, and then freaking Lover's Vow is just awesome, bro. James Remar, I absolutely love the freaking monster in this. So dope. And
the voice.
Yeah, the voice. And dude, the ending of that one too, bro. God, that one's good. That's my favorite, no doubt. It's a fun one, man. I have so much fun with this. I kind of wish though, like George Romero would have directed one, or you know what I mean. Should have let like George Romero direct one, Stephen King. I still love exactly what we got. I think it's awesome. But
well, he's still, I think, at this time producing the show and this, and at least he wrote.
The show was still coming out at that time.
I think so. I got to look into that, but like at least he wrote one of them that was based on a Stephen King story. So the Cat from Hell, in particular, is so hardcore, perfect for Creepshow. You know what I'm saying? Like perfect. And it has that connection. But I think John Harrison did a really fantastic job. The cinematography is great too. Who's the cinematographer?
No, Lover's Vow is by Stephen King. Cat from Hell is a George Romero.
Cat from Hell is written by George Romero, based on a Stephen King short story.
Oh, is it? I didn't know. I can't tell if that's
Michael McDowell did Lover's Vow. That was an original story, and Michael McDowell also wrote the screenplay that was inspired by the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say I thought that Lover's Vow or Cat from Hell was a Stephen King story, but the way they put it on here made me think.
But yeah, so, Romero and King worked together, I guess you could say, on the Cat from Hell.
Right. What's your so they didn't really have they didn't have a lot to do with these, I feel like, but the stories were great, and they had all the same people that were working on Creepshow and the show coming to work on this movie, so it's literally the same people making it. But what's your favorite skit in this?
My favorite skit?
The story, whatever. I don't know why.
It's the Cat from Hell, man. It's the Cat from Hell. Like we were talking about with Primordial earlier, and I said I'm a sucker for a really good, well-told animal story. Yeah. I am a super much a cat person, and so I love the idea of a cat that's trying to kill people, and I love how the kills keep progressing. So like so if you're not familiar with this movie, this hitman, this like top-notch assassin, right, gets brought in. This old man's there. He lives alone. And he's like, I heard that you're an assassin. I'm going to pay you a lot of money. I want to put a hit out. He's like, okay, who you want me to kill? He goes, the cat in this house.
I love it.
And he's just like, what you talking about? Like, and it's so crazy. But he very soon finds out what's going on. And they intercut the dude trying to kill the cat with the story of what's happened. And this old rich dude who, they have this pharmaceutical company, and they made this drug that's like got all these negative side effects, but they've made a lot of money off of it. It's super addictive. It's super expensive. And it's like from 1990, and it's George A. Romero writing social commentary about the pharmaceutical companies, right? Like I love that shit. I love George A. Romero could make a compelling story, throw some social like commentary in there, and make it work and not feel like it was something preachy. You know what I'm saying? And so I like that aspect of it. And so this like old greedy, just bastard of a dude. He lives there with his like what his sister, his sister's friend, and there's like 3 other people, and the butler, right? So the cat kills the first lady by just like running in front of her feet while she's walking down the stairs. Anybody that's got a cat has that happen where you get tripped the fuck up because your cat just runs right in front of your feet. And you're like, are you trying to kill me? This takes it further. Yeah, the cat's trying to kill you. Then the cat, like, it just keeps progressively getting more zany and crazy until when the hitman finally confronts the cat for the last time, the cat jumps into his fucking mouth and suffocates this dude. And then the old guy comes in, and the cat comes out of the fucking dude's mouth. Amazing effects for these scenes, by the way. And then goes and kills the old man. What a fantastic whole just string of events. And the cat wins in the end of the day, man. I love it. It's my favorite one. If I had to rate them individually, I would give this segment alone a 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 for that one. Yeah, we'll have to rate each segment, I guess. That's a good idea. Like I said, Lover's Vow is definitely my favorite one. I love the practical effects in it. I love James Remar in it too. You know, fucking warriors right there, baby. I mean, I think it's you know, one. I think it's one of the deeper stories. I guess it's got this he's an artist. James Remar is an artist, and he like is down bad on his luck trying to get this last painting in or something, or he's trying to beat a deadline and goes to meet his agent at a bar, and the agent's like, man, the shop or whatever that's been selling your stuff hasn't moved anything in like 6 months, and they're tossing all your shit in the garbage, and yeah, I'm dropping you, like right there. And so his life is like turned upside down, dude. And if I didn't say they were at a bar when he does that, so as soon as the guy leaves, he just starts getting wasted as hell. And then there's like 3 guys drinking, passed out, and the bar owner like goes to kind of walk James Remar home because he's wasted. They get just pulled up on by this big ass gargoyle monster right here, and dude, he just straight I forget what he does. He like cuts his hand off or bites his hand off, and then just literally slashes his head completely off. Yeah. I forget exactly what he does to his arm, but he cuts that shit off. And then James Remar just starts freaking out and has this crazy big ass, gargoyle monster in front of him. And that monster just tells him to make that promise. And dude, just, if he promises that he never speaks of him or what he saw or of that night, that he'll leave, he won't kill James Remar. And he promises. And then James Remar just so happens to meet the love of his life like 2 minutes later. And yeah, man, dude, the way that shit ends though, man, where he's just so happy and like he's like this shit's like eating at him. Like that's the only thing I hate, the ending kind of in it. Just because it's like, dude, why did you? I know you got to do it, it's for the story, but he basically fucking has that secret, like, because he's an artist, so he's drawing pictures of the monster. He's just nonstop thinking about this, and he like it's like eating at him because he thinks he's like lying to his wife that he's not able to be completely 100% honest until he tells her this. And when he finally does, the fucking monster is his wife, and she's like, you promised me, you dickhead, or something. Like, and then so the 2 kids he had with him turn into monsters too. Like, what is that mean to you, like that script? What do you think of that, like they're trying to say with that, Robbie? Well, I'm curious just what your thoughts, because I'm like kind of sitting.
Well, it's about the dichotomy of certain things, right? So he's made this promise to save his life, to not ever speak about the incident with the gargoyle or anything like that, right? Right. It weighs on his conscience, obviously, because he can't tell people how his friend died, the bartender, right? And so like there's that moment where his friend, the other drunk friend from that bar, shows up and he's like talking to him and he like moves away. But at the same time, he's getting everything he wants. The love of his life, a beautiful family. That same agent comes back. He's a friend of the family and like he's a super like high profile artist. Like she just happens to know people and he gets a new gallery and he starts making a lot of money, becomes very successful. And then it's what actually winds up eating him is that this is one part that he can't be honest with. So here's the thing. It's about, to me, this is what it's about. When you're with someone in a very serious, committed relationship, right? There are little white lies or things that you omit from the story for the sake of the relationship or a friendship or anything like that. There's certain things you omit to keep something working. And as soon as you interject this thing, it could collapse everything down. In this case, literally, because he was saving the gargoyle by doing this. Like, you got to think this is like a genie type situation. The gargoyle's now going to be free and live this human life and be a mother and be a lover and be a successful woman and all this kind of stuff. And then that gets fucked up too. And then the two kids turn into their little, like, to gargoyles. So now I guess this is how gargoyles are made. You know, this is mythology to the gargoyle. I don't know. I mean, they're all over the place, right? But, you know, it's interesting to see the mythology brought about in a really interesting way. So to me, that's what it's about. It's about like the secrets we keep for the benefit of others and our relationships to them, and how dangerous it is and how necessary of an evil that is, that lying is a part of the human condition, or omitting truths, if that's what I'm saying. Because when we always tell people to rewrite their own stories, omitting truths that were truths at one point kind of relate to that, but it's a little bit different. But that's to me what it's speaking, Dylan.
Yeah, no, I like that definitely. I like that with the woman too, because she obviously, you can tell that she did really love James Remar, and she was like pissed about it. She was like, you broke your promise, you know. So that, I didn't think about that, like where she was given a regular life instead of living like some goddamn monster, you know.
Yeah, and now she's back to that monster, and her two children are now.
Yeah, yep.
All because this dude just couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut about one goddamn thing. Here's the big moral of the story. If a monster ever shows up and kills the bartender who just served you drinks all night and tells you, I'll let you live as long as you never tell anybody, don't fucking tell anybody.
Seriously. What up, Biggie? I know, I love that though about it. It's saying don't break your promises, station. Oh man. Yeah, that's a good one though. What about the Mummy one? We haven't really talked about that one too much.
That one's nice. It's fun. It's classic. It feels universal horror. Yeah. It feels Hammer horror, and it feels Stuart Gordon horror to me. Like, it feels like I feel all three of those like mixing together. I don't like it as much as the other stories. It's not near as compelling. It's not as, I mean, it's got good moments, and I swear to God, I thought that dude was David Harbour for the longest time, like his friend, Christian Slater's buddy or whatever, who's like seeing his sister. I like it. It's a little bit more like cliche, a little bit more obvious, a little bit more like easy to follow. It's nice to see a young Steve Buscemi being super creepy. I love the moment he's like, this guy couldn't figure out the difference between Third Kingdom hieroglyphics and typical Alexandria picto porn. It's just so cheesy.
So hard about it.
Yeah, so I enjoy it. It's just it's the most like obvious and most like, it's like its structure is very similar to like everything else we've seen, but I really love that it's a mummy story and not a werewolf or a vampire or a Frankenstein monster or a creature from the, like, I don't think the Mummy gets as much love sometimes. Like, even when they rebooted it very successfully in the 90s, it was more of a Indiana Jones comedic adventure romp, right? But like, going back to the true horror aspect of the Mummy, but the Mummy itself didn't have enough agency for me. So that kind of made it fall more Karis and less Imhotep. And you know how I feel about that.
Right. Yeah.
But Steve Buscemi is awesome and so is Christian Slater. I like the way it ends. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That one I feel like is like to set you up to like to start off and have a little fun, and then you get into the more serious one with the cat from Hell. That one's a little slower paced,
Yeah, they paced this out perfectly. Like the way they picked it. Like I said, like you got the framing device and that's whimsical. This one leads you in with a very familiar type story with a nice twist at the end, and then they go into the ridiculousness of the cat from Hell, and then they really nail it home with the Lover's Vow, because that one really is the one that's the most resonant, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Who's one of your favorite actors that they got for this movie?
Oh, if I had to pick one, I would go ahead and say William Hickey, old school actor. We remember him from Christmas Vacation as Uncle Lewis, who kept falling asleep. You guys remember that, right? But he's Drogon. He's the old rich guy.
Yeah.
Come on, let me tell you. Like, I know I've met so many people, and have had to be, I'd say, the service provider of certain people like him as customers. Like, they just get on my fucking nerves, and he nailed it. He nailed that, like, this like entitled, rich, grumpy, old, nasty kind of vibe. And I think he did a hell of a job, and his is the performance that really sticks out for me.
Definitely. Yeah, he's great. He's great for sure. Freaking legend. I'd probably go Steve Buscemi or James Remar. I think I'm gonna go Buscemi.
Gotcha.
Because I just love he's goofy. He almost makes me think he could have pulled a Joker with that laugh at the end.
Yeah, no kidding. He would have been perfect for the Joker back then, man.
He just, I don't know. I like how he carries himself in that one. It just has that old Hammer Universal Monster feel to it. It's just in a small dorm, but they got, the mummy, cave, or, what is that called that they put him in?
Sarcophagus.
Yeah, they got that lined up. It's just totally, trying to take from the original stuff, man. I love to see a good mummy. That's like the last one I feel like we've really gotten that is in the vein of like the original mummy stuff, not just like the Indiana Jones mummy with Brendan Fraser, which I still like, but
yeah, I like the mummy films too. But yeah, I'd like to see more of, like, there is something very magical and mystically horrifying to me about the original Boris Karloff Mummy by Karl Freund.
Oh my
like
God.
that movie has something so haunting about it, even though it's just a reskin of Dracula. It works, and it works so fucking well for me. And I want to see a mummy film that is rooted in horror, that is more rooted in that idea of it, and very much influenced by German Expressionism. We don't see shit like that anymore. That'd be cool.
I'm hoping with the shit they got going now with the Invisible Man doing good, and now they're gonna do a Wolfman. Lee Winnell's like setting up his own Universal Monsters type thing. So I really think that maybe he could do something with the Mummy.
Yeah, I would like it if they did them more period, in that like weird world that this all exists in, in the Universal monster movies and the Hammer ones. But I think that's one of the problems with them is when they try to modernize it, it's not working. The last Mummy, I never even watched that last Mummy film. I almost forgot about the one with Tom Cruise.
The Tom Cruise is so fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, we keep talking about there's not enough good werewolf movies, but there's really not enough good mummy movies, probably.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, surely we could come up with something. Dylan. Me and you should produce a mummy movie.
Mummy 1 and 2 are the only good ones. The third one wasn't good.
Well, the third one's the one with Jet Li, right?
I think
that's what you're talking about, like the Rise of the Dragon Emperor or whatever the fuck it is. That one is like it didn't like I wanted Imhotep, so I was disappointed. But rewatching it with no expectations, it still holds up a little bit, but it's definitely the inferior film. And then we're not even going to talk about the Scorpion King franchise. We can just leave that out. We can just leave that out.
I used to love this.
Bubba Hotep was pretty good.
I used to love the original Scorpion King.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was a kid. I mean, dude, I was the WWE days and shit.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, but I really just fucked with those two. I don't know. I'd have to watch the Jet Li one. I don't know if I ever really did. Bubba Hotep is really, yeah, that's a good mummy movie right there.
Yeah.
Bubba
We should do that soon.
What year did Bubba Hotep come out?
What was that, like 2000 and...
So that was the last good mummy movie we really had.
2002.
Yep, since this was 90. Yeah, that's a good pull there, Bobby. I fucking love that movie too. And
always forget.
In a way though, like that one, like it's like, yeah, that's the best one, but and it's totally unique. But this one definitely has more vibes of like Hammer and Universal monsters than that one did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always forget that is a mummy movie because I always just get fixated on the Elvis stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't even really look at it as a horror movie, honestly, in a way. Like it's just,
it is, but it's comedy horror.
Yeah.
For sure.
It has, but it has more like horror aspects because I feel like
this mummy's sucking the souls out of old people's asses, man.
It's like 80% comedy and maybe even 85%, and it's got like 15% horror.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the mummy looks dope, though. I mean, I love the way the mummy looks.
But it is through and through a Bruce Campbell film. So there you go.
Wood chipper and Fargo, yeah. But where's some other things? The score, you want to talk about the music in this?
Yes, because the music, each segment had a different composer. Did you know that?
No, I knew that each one was obviously different. They differentiate from each other, but
yeah. So it's a different person each one. So the wraparound stories by Donald Rubinstein. Pat Regan did Lot 249, as well as Jim Manzi did some bits there. And then you had Chaz Jenkel do Cat from Hell. I'm not familiar with any of those names, but I am familiar with John Harrison, who not only directed this film, but also did the music in Lover's Vow, which is honestly the best music in the whole damn thing. All of the music works. It is all tied together thematically. It all has a certain type feel to it, but they also are each unique. And Lover's Vow is the best score.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do love the wraparound score too, just because how it comes in light and makes you feel like it's kind of like one of these fairy tale kind of. I don't know, man. I like the vibe it sets off. So
it's very similar to me, and I said this when we reviewed Satan's Little Helper this year, because that score too.
I got to watch that too. I did watch that.
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
What'd you think?
I thought it was better than I expected, but it didn't. The kills were weak. If it could have had some really good over the top kills, I would have really liked it.
What I like about it,
I love the girl. I love the main girl because she's actually like the star in this show called Vikings.
Yeah,
and she's
so
in Hellworld hot, bro. She's in what?
Hellworld, Hellraiser, Hellworld.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the video game one. She's in that. Yeah, she's a hottie, bro. But
Dude, so hot.
I love the whimsical nature of it. It feels like a Disney Channel Halloween movie.
Yeah,
with an edge
I wanted
to
say
it.
That. I wanted
with
to
an
say
edge.
That, but I didn't know like if you were gonna like.
No. That's what I said on the review. That's what I said on the review. Is it felt like a Disney Channel Halloween movie, but with like a really fucked up edge. You know what I'm saying? And because it's fucked up what's actually going on in the movie at times. Like and I really like it. And the music has this whimsical quality that goes along with it. That's very hocus pocus.
Yeah,
and the wraparound story in this one,
Halloween Town, like it's giving me those vibes, bro.
It's supposed to. It's like a dirty version of that. Kind of like Cruel Intentions felt like a dirty version of Saved by the Bell. This is like a dirty version of Halloween Town. But I think the wraparound score in this one has that whimsical hocus pocus type nature to it that really brings you in because it's that light the lighter fantasy horror aspect. You know what I'm talking about with the music, you know. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
it has that, and it leads you right in, and then the music in Lover's Vow really accentuates to me the heaviness of the ending of that damn one.
Yeah. It's wild. I'm literally watching it now, and he's literally telling her his fucking promise that he made.
And the cinematography is great too. It's the same guy that did Creepshow. So
Is it?
yeah, Robert Draper, I think.
Man, yeah, it's a great one, dude. It's shot real nice. It's got a lot of darkness to it. I really like that with this gargoyle monster. It looks so cool. And then the damn the effects for that, bro, like when it's changing, the transformation for the monster, dude, it's like The Fly in a way, you know what I mean? Dude, those are fucking awesome.
Seeing the wings pop out and shit like that.
Yeah, and then like her knees and shit splitting, you know, like, oh my God.
And then going back to the Mummy story, the Mummy itself looks really cool, and there's some really great shots there. And I didn't even think about this, but the Mummy is killing people the same way that you mummify somebody. So the first dude, he gets a coat hanger, and there's this great shot where it's like you're following the dude, and then you see the Mummy unwrapping this coat hanger.
Yeah,
and then he finds him, he jams it up his nose, and he rips his fucking brains out, man.
Dude, yeah, I love that.
Julianne Moore shows up, right? And she just sees the brains like laying there. She's like, what is that? It's awesome, bro. That was something that always got me about mummies, is that they would do that. Like pull the rod up there, like, it always wigged me out. And then like I love that he's like a stuffed turkey. There's like onions and herbs and shit inside of him. So he like shoves shit up into like, who was it that died? Was that Julianne Moore? He's like shoving shit into
the flowers and shit into like the back of her spine.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. There's some dope kills in this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The music during the transformation too in Lover's Vow is great, man.
Are you watching it right now, Dylan?
Yeah. It's hard to look away, bro. It's and then like her back Achilles, like the bone, there's like that like nail, and it just pies like, oh, bro. There's some great effects in this. I love that shot though, in the lot 249 when they're following him and it pans over and you see the mummy just like, you know, just breaking the thing. Oh man, it's great.
He's like, this looks familiar.
Yeah,
I know what to do with one of these.
It sucks how easy he gets killed, but it also kind of makes sense because I mean, he really, you know, I just feel like Christian Slater got him, and this guy was like fucking 6'4", you know, that he took, you know, but it's I like it. I do like the way he kills him too, where he just saws him in half, you know, like he's just nothing, you know, which kind of would make sense, you know.
I think it would have been better if like they were like on a truck or something. Christian Slater's in the back of the truck. The mummy is like on the back of the truck, and he takes his bandages and he wraps it around an arrow and fires it. And then the mummy unwraps and turns to dust and then goes, "See you later, Band-Aid breath." Oh, wait a second. I think they did that.
And what?
That's Monster Squad, man.
Monster Squad? I can't think.
That's how they kill the mummy.
For some reason, I was thinking that was Under Wraps. You ever see that one, the original? They just did a remake for Under Wraps.
No, I've never seen that one.
That's a fun Disney Channel mummy movie, man. That was a fun one.
I'll have to check it out.
They just remade it too, but I'm sure it's going to be garbage. But the original, man, I still will watch that from time to time because it's fun, bro.
I wrote it down. Let's see.
Yeah. Under Wraps, like UNDERWRAPS.
Yeah, I know of the movie.
You do know of it? Okay.
I know of it. I've just never seen it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I bet you it's on Disney Plus now.
Might be.
But yeah, so let me think. Is there anything else you want to talk about on some of these?
Well, I want to know, what would you rate? Okay, now the transformation scene's going on in front of me.
It is,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty dope.
It is.
And the dude's still confused. He's like, what's going on? I don't understand. Why are you turning into the gargoyle? That's
right. Baby, please turn back.
Yeah, like turn back. I can't. It's too late. Oh man, that's messed up. And then he's also thinking, I've been fucking a gargoyle this whole time.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, to me, it's almost like it almost feels like that it's another fairy tale one in a way too, but more like, a gothic fairy tale. I feel like where, and then at the end where she's holding her babies, and now she's a gargoyle.
Yeah. She embraces him right before she kills him one last time.
Crazy.
It's good stuff. What would you rate each one individually?
Each one individually. I want to watch the ending of this last one. I would rate Lot 249 a 4 out of 5. I would rate Cat from Hell 4.5 out of 5. Lover's Vow I'd give a 5. Or no, I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, I'd give it a 5 because it has to end that way. Sometimes that ending makes me mad. Just the way how you just keep it in, keep the promise, dude. And the wraparound, I'd give a debating on a 4 and 4 or 5. Probably 4 or 5 because I love the music and I love the way it sets you in. For the whole movie, and then just like how the kid's reading the stories to her, and I think what Deborah Harry plays a great modern day witch, where that's another thing where you don't we get our hocus pocus witches and shit, which are they don't do a lot of witch stuff, and if they do, they base it back in like the older days. I liked how this was like a modern day witch, just living in regular suburbia,
just preparing a dinner party.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Gotta get this kid eviscerated and in the oven. And he's trying to bide time by telling these stories, right?
I know. Totally never would have bought all that time, but whatever. Yeah.
For me, individually, I'd go the wraparound, I'd give a 4. Lot 249, I'd give a 4. Cat from Hell, I'd give a 4 or 5. And for Lover's Vow, I'd give a 4.5 as well. So pretty solid, I think.
Yeah. Dude. Only reason I give Lover's Vow 5 transformation scene, because I don't think they had a lot of money for this movie either. So the effects that they pulled off for this were like incredible.
Had a budget of $3.5 million.
Got some good.
It came out 6 days before my 9th birthday.
You got James Remar in there though. You got Deborah Harry, Steve Buscemi. Julianne Moore was a nobody at that point, but Christian Slater was just becoming big, so he would have cost a few bucks. I think they had some pretty decent named people in there,
they did. And just like the first Creep Show,
all the sets are really condensed too,
Yeah. And just like the original Creep Show, they have people that they're recognizable and famous today, but back then maybe not so much. So like Steve Buscemi, Christian Slater. Like in 1990, it was. I also just looked up. Tales from Darkside ended in '88, so this was 2 years later. So that's really interesting that they did the movie 2 years after the fact. I think that's cool.
That is. I have the box set. Do the box set, bro. Keep a watch out for it.
I keep seeing it at Walmart super cheap sometimes. I should just pick it up.
Bro, I got mine for like 20, bro. And because I was like,
it's like, what do they do? 3 or 4 seasons?
I think it's like 4, dude. There was a lot of it comes in the clamshell. That's the only thing I don't like is I hate those clamshells. But I was like, dude, for the price, bro. I was like, I got all these episodes, and like during Halloween, those are just fun to just take. Like, bro, I just like open it up and just pick a disc and just throw it in. You know what I mean? Just like throw whatever random ones,
Yeah.
I love the Tom Savini directed one though. That's probably one of my favorites. But Tales from the Crypt was always like mine. That was my show, Tales from the Dark Side. I didn't watch as much. It was always Tales from the Crypt and Goosebumps. Tales from the Dark Side, I kind of caught it like after I'd seen the movie. So,
gotcha. I remember watching it on television.
Some episodes I'd catch every now and then. It just wasn't weekly like I did with Tales from the Crypt.
I think it was on CBS. It was 4 seasons, 89 episodes.
Yeah,
There's 4 unreleased episodes that I'm sure are on the set.
I think, yeah, I believe they are.
I used to love the narration. And I forgot about this show till just now. Tales of the Darkside was succeeded by Monsters in 1988, a similarly styled syndicated weekly horror anthology, also produced by Laurel and longtime Romero associate Richard P. Rubenstein. So I forgot about Monsters. Have you ever seen that one? That went till 1991. I used to watch the reruns on that on Sci-Fi Channel.
I'm pissed because Monsters, I was going to buy, like, I don't know why I didn't. They had like a clamshell of that too, and I was gonna buy it because I liked Monsters growing up. That's when I always forget about that. I watched Monsters growing up way more than Tales from the Dark Side. This I would just catch like, I don't know, like sometimes I think they would play it after an episode of Monsters, but dude, that one is like out of print now, and it's so hard to get the Monsters box set. And I was gonna get it when it was like $30, and I was waiting for it to go down to 20. And I forgot about it. Check back a couple months later, it was out of print. I want that set so fucking bad. Is it on Amazon? I know, but I need to own it physically, bro.
I might watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just it's not a big clamshell, but. It's in like everything in these.
Yeah.
But it shows.
I remember those.
It has the list of all the episodes and all the seasons. But it's got some audio commentary by executive producer George Romero. On the air, George Romero featurette, bonus episodes from the production company that brought you Tales from the Dark Side, Akbar's Daughter, and Attic Suite. So I think it comes with 2 episodes. Nice. That were never seen before. But yeah, Clive Barker and shit directed a couple episodes.
Man, I gotta get that.
Yeah, bro. I got the Friday the 13th set too.
I want to get that, and I think they just did a new set for Freddy's Nightmares, which is another one.
No way.
Yeah, I think. Did they? I think they did.
They never did that. Really? I'll have to get that, bro. Even though like it's shitty. I have like the first 2 episodes on this set of Nightmare. The only way you can get any episodes ever that I knew of, I don't think they've ever even done a set or anything. I don't think it's ever been on a DVD or let alone Blu-ray. But this, when you buy this set, only this set, it comes with 2 episodes from Freddy's Nightmare. It's a Miserable Life and Killer Instinct. So
that's dope. I got that.
Yeah, that's the only way. Like, and so I was hoping if Scream Factory ever could do a box set for this, that they would add like the 10 episodes. Because I think it was only like 8 or 10 episodes.
There was a Blu-ray release in 2017.
Of Freddy's Nightmares?
Freddy's Nightmares. Yeah, for New Line Cinema.
I bet it was fucking out of print now.
I bet. Freddy's Nightmares is probably the weaker of all these shows.
Oh, definitely. Friday the 13th show even got some love, man, and I own that too.
Yeah, that shit's out of print, bro.
Is it?
God damn it. Well, we need to get it back.
Yeah.
Jesus. People want like over $100 for the DVD set, but you can get it for $39. But there are other sellers. You're sellers. You're gonna have to. That's gonna be an eBay one. You're looking now, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I thought you were looking too. All right, so yeah, we both gave some high ratings for that. Anyone want to throw your rating for Tales from the Dark Side down below?
What would be your rating overall, Dylan?
My overall rating would be definitely a 4.5.
Me too.
I don't really have like anything wrong with it, to be honest. You know, I like them all, and I think the pacing of it is perfect. I think, you know, all the stories are great, man, and I have a lot of fun with it. It's definitely a step up from. I like Creepshow too, but I only like the first 2 segments. This one I like all of them. So to me, this is a step up from Creepshow 2. And it's a step up from the show. The show was great, but I think this, like feels, you know, a lot bigger, and it's shot really well. Like the Tales from the Dark Side, that set needs like a good release, because the DVDs, those are only DVDs, I think, too. So like, you know what I mean? And it's shot like they never fixed them like it's TV. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Which I don't know if they ever can fix, but maybe if they could clean them up, that would be cool. But yeah, it's
Well, now that the Romero estate's trying to do whatever they can to make money,
yeah,
maybe they will.
yeah, I'm sure they'll sell it off to somebody to do, but that'll
Well, I'm
take
sure it's
time.
a production company that has more of the rights, right? I'm sure Romero doesn't own that stuff, so
Yeah,
that was just a gag. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would give it a 4.5 as well overall. Very well executed, way better than Creepshow 2, in my opinion. I haven't seen Creepshow 2 in a while. I do like it, but this to me is the best follow-up to Creepshow, even though it doesn't have the comic book stuff in it.
Yeah.
I like the framing device. I like the idea of it, and I just have this warm, nostalgic place in my heart for that TV series and for this movie. And I'm really, really glad that you picked it up. It was the movie that didn't fit in Horror Fest. So Horror Fest strikes again every week.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, dude. Such a bummer.
That's a cool cover.
Unavailable. And a couple months ago, I looked and it was like $100 or some crazy shit. I just can't. It but kills me that I didn't get it when it was like 20. I still got to get the Night Gallery set too, and I want to get the Twilight set on Blu-ray. I want to get the Twilight Zone set is what I want the most, because I like the Twilight Zone better than the Night Gallery. Night Gallery is dope, but yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. I got the whole set, but I haven't really watched any yet. 69. Thanks for the ride, lady. Yeah, that's a funny one. That's the one I don't really even like that much, but it's still funny. Dude just keeps getting blasted, bro. Another good one, but I love Chief Woodenhead, and then the freaking Black Sludge Swamp Monster, whatever. What is that one called? The Raft, I think. But yeah, that guy in freaking Chief Woodenhead cracks me up, though, bro. The guy with the long hair. So funny. Here, what was one of the lines? Like, we going to Hollywood. Ain't no dirt in Hollywood, man. Ain't no dirt in Hollywood. Like, dude, tripping.
Sorry, Dylan, I had a whiz.
Oh, you're good, bro. I was just talking about Twilight Zone 2. Or no, Creepshow 2. But, dude, I want to get the Twilight Zone freaking Blu-ray set, man. That shit. I love that series.
Yeah.
So I was saying I need Night Gallery.
Somewhere, though, right? It's always streaming
somewhere. Yeah, they're on Hulu. I can always watch them on Hulu, but it's one set I'd love to own.
I think they're on Paramount Plus, too. I'm not sure, but I think they may be on
maybe.
And I always have Paramount Plus during football season. So
you know what I wish they would do is a fucking Blu-ray set for the original Goosebumps show, man. Bruh. Like, you can watch them all on Netflix, but they've never done like a set. Like, I just have a bunch of like loose 3-packs. Like,
I got you one better, bro. You know what I want? A Blu-ray set of Are You Afraid of the Dark, bro?
Yeah, both of them, dude.
Come on. I used to have. I think I still have it, like a DVD of like 6 random episodes. That's all I have. But we do have it on the, let's just call it the PCP server. So
yeah.
That's what's coming up next week on Dylan's Horror Show. Everybody, by the way, we're doing every single episode of Goosebumps. We're going to review them.
I would, bro. I really would.
This could be an 8-hour show.
I know, Kirby. That shit, I regret buying it too, man. Not buying it. Because Monsters was a great show. But, dude, Toby, I'm definitely Team Edward, bro. Like, I'm so hyped for freaking Batman, bro. Like, killing it.
Oh, vengeance.
But yeah, no, I was saying the Twilight Zone. I probably just broke up or something. But yeah, the Twilight Zone, that's a fucking awesome show. I don't think I would really consider Twilight horror, even though I guess it has vampires, but
If you consider next week's movie horror, I guess we could consider Twilight horror. At least it has vampires in it.
hey man, this one's fucking awesome.
I think people will be really excited when you announce what's coming up next week.
Oh yeah. So I guess
I think you're gonna have a bunch of people being like, "Can I be on that show?"
Yeah,
Perry's probably never watched it.
Probably. So I guess for my show and tell, that's gonna announce next week's movie. So we did our rating for both 4.5. So that's an average total of 4.5.69, baby, or 4.55569. Yeah, I think I did it 2 points, but that made no sense.
Nice.
Yeah, I probably did leave out Zone. Twilight is like whoa. But yeah, so my freaking show and tell, the only thing I got to show. Let me see if I can get this light to work. Is the freaking new, look at this ride. Dude, it was half off. I wish, because they had Zavi had an exclusive cover. I'll show it to you. I have it on my phone, and that's the one I wanted. But this went on Amazon for half off, so I just had to grab it, bro.
I didn't even know there was an Arrow version of that.
It just came out, bro. This is brand new. It just came out like this past week. Let me show you the dude, and it comes loaded, bro. It's loaded. It's got a freaking book, poster, a bunch of like it's got 2 sets of freaking like detailed picture cards. Let me see if I can find. Dude, I'm bummed though, because I really did want this one cover. I can find it, but yeah, bro, this one is dope. Here it is. This cover is cool, but this comes with the theatrical cut and the director's cut, which you could get both of those cuts. So I don't really know. Like, I wish this was a 4K.
Yeah.
Come on.
See, I think I just have that Universal DVD they did when they did the director's cut or whatever.
Are you getting that clearly?
Yeah, I can see it. That's
you
awesome.
You can see it clear. To me, it's not coming.
Is that the original poster?
I think that's the original VHS art.
Nice.
So that's what I really wish I wanted, because I don't know. They put this. So I was thinking this had to be an original cover too.
Okay.
Because what's this? I heard somebody say something like this was the VHS art, which is probably, but I don't really remember this. So they have a poster for this. It's a 2-sided poster, and it comes with this artwork, and then it comes with this artwork, which I would definitely display this one. And the freaking theatrical cut has a brand new 2K restoration of the US theatrical cut from original film materials, including a 4K scan of the original camera negative, brand new audio commentary by Paul Salmon, author of Ridley Scott, The Making of His Movies. Disc 2 is the director's cut, and I don't know, I guess that doesn't have a 2K scan. I thought it did. But it has a bunch of Creating a Myth, Memories of the Legend and Archive documentary from 2002, featuring interviews with a bunch of the cast, Tim Curry, Ridley Scott, and it doesn't even show Tom Cruise. I guess he was too good to be interviewed, but yeah, man.
Well, they had to get approval by the Church of Scientology.
But yeah, it comes with...
Dude, that's gorgeous. I didn't even know that was out, man. And you got it for half off. You didn't tell me that shit was out.
I didn't know if you were a fan.
I know. Dylan sent me a message today. Hey, bro, you fuck with Legend? I was like, yeah. Tim Curry's like so fucking awesome in that movie, man.
Oh.
You know, the scene, the unicorn scene that they put in the final cut of Blade Runner was test footage for Legend.
Really?
Yes. Just so you know. Interesting little tidbit of information.
That's crazy. And then they come with another set of cards. But these are a little bit different. Those seem kind of like postcards, and these are like these feel like actual photos.
Bro, look at that. Like, that is the sexiest demon I've ever seen.
Right, that is like just so awesome. Yeah, these seem more like kind of like behind the scenes, and they're doing like photography.
Yeah, it's like promo footage or something.
Yeah,
Promo shots, yeah.
yeah, to see how everything looks.
It's a tall ass unicorn. There you go.
Yo, this dude scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Blix,
Yes.
he is so creepy, bro. Tommy
There he is.
Cruise.
Our savior.
Blix again. Yeah, and then it comes with a freaking two-sided poster, which I do, I would like to get that freaking framed or something one day, because I really do like this poster. But man, I do, like, deep down, I really wish I would have just ordered that other cover, because I love that freaking, like, all black, dude. That shit is sick. Which cover do you like better, that one or the one I got?
The one you got.
The one I got? Really?
Yeah, I do.
It's dope art. I've grown to it a lot more, because when I first saw that one, I was like, "Oh, dude, there's no way."
Man.
It is great, and he looks really good. The devil, I mean, or freaking whatever they call him. But yeah, a little poster, which I'm not even gonna really take out because I hate.
Did you call him the devil?
Whatever he is, he is darkness, yeah. And then it comes with a freaking little book.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that comes with a lot of stuff, man.
Dope, man.
And they always got nice little hard shells. I try to see if it still might be half off, and it's coming with this, because they don't come like this too long. After a while, they just come in the cases, like this got the.
Yeah, that's how I got Last House on the Left and Hills Have Eyes. I wish I had the super, super fantastic versions of those.
Yeah.
I know that Strickland was just he got the new 4K Donnie Darko they did.
Yeah.
Because we're doing Donnie Darko on PCP Movie Night next week. So that's super cool, though.
Right. Yeah, I got that, but I don't have that 4K set. But I do own the Blu-ray somewhere. But yeah, dude, I freaking always loved Legend growing up, man. So
that's what we're doing next week for the horror show.
Yeah, next week we're doing Legend. That should be a fun one. A little change up, a little something different. I still think it has some cool horror aspects, but it's like horror fantasy, in my opinion.
In my opinion, it's fantasy romance horror. But okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm down. I love that movie. Any excuse to watch Legend. I haven't seen it in years.
I know. I've been wanting an excuse to watch it too, man. Because I love it, bro. Sit down and fully watch it. It's just dark too, man. It gets dark, But you got anything you want to show off?
I do. Always. First of all, I got a few pops I want to show off. First of all, I got this Barney Rubble with some Cocoa Pebbles.
Nice.
I like that. I thought that was cool. I picked this one up. That's the Ash from the 40th anniversary of The Evil Dead. So that's cool. It's just Ash with a chainsaw. Picked this one up this week. We got John Nada from They Live. So I had to get that one. And then a couple of books. I guess this is horror related. So I got the Attack on Titan Omnibus. I've never read this, and it's supposed to be good. This has the first 3 volumes. So I read that. It's got this nice embossed cover. But what I was my most exciting pickup this week, and it's not horror related, but I just want to share it one more time. It's one of my favorite movies, finally got a sequel. Buckaroo Banzai Against the World Crime League. This one is done by the original author, I believe, and it's told like in world, as if it's told to him by the Reno Kid. So I'm really excited to finally get into this. Dark Horse released this, So Buckaroo Banzai fans, there you go. We finally got it. Buckaroo Banzai against the World Crime League, and I'm sure it's going to be nothing like Big Trouble in Little China, and I am all ready for it. It's an actual novel. It's not a comic.
Oh, really?
It's an actual novel, but the writer wrote it as if he was a character in the world being told the story by the Reno Kid. I love Buckaroo Banzai, and I'm so excited to get into this. When I finish Dark Tower, which I'm on the last book now, I'm going to read this and then move on to Dune.
I'm going to have to tell Scarpad about that, bro, because that's like his favorite movie, Buckaroo Banzai.
I know. He's a big fan, so am I. So, like, y'all, check it out, man. A world-class hero confronts ancient supernatural evils in an adventure that spans planets and defies everyday notions of reality. Bruh.
Sick, dude.
That's my shit, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I know you love that. But, yeah, dude, so great stream tonight, guys. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Remember, do your homework. We'll be reviewing Legend next week. Ridley Scott's freaking one and only Legend. Robbie, you got anything coming up you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Yes, my latest top 10 video, top 10 comic books of the week, just dropped with Jim Mint Collectibles over at Jim Mint Collectibles. That dropped today, so check that out. Weekly Pop Culture wrap-up dropped today, so check that out. Rockin' Robbie Live returns after a 2-week hiatus tomorrow night, so join us for that. I'm over at The Experience on Monday night, the weekly comic book review and all that stuff on Tuesday, but do pay attention because also Justin Richards is going to be joining us on the show again on Thursday night, talk about his new Kickstarter. And Friday night, PCP Movie Night returns for Donnie Darko, our first post-Horror Fest movie. I'm very excited for that. And we'll be joined by the man himself, Perry Comics. By the way, Did you notice what the school is called in Chucky? It's Perry Middle School.
Don Mancini's been watching you, Perry. He's watching you. But yeah, bro, let me know. He said he's gonna check out Legend. Let me know if you want to join us next Saturday, bro. That would be awesome. I think you'd dig this one, bro. But yeah, so do your homework. Freaking Legend, y'all. Thanks everyone who hung out tonight. Bobby D, Sam Fett, Perry P Money, Perry C, P Money, my dog. Bobby D, I already said you, Joram. Evil Face Bad. Cobra Viper 999, Mike Zero was up in here, Comic Toby, Kirby. Let's see, New World Order Comics, my man Biggie, Steven Spock. I don't know if I saw Fable tonight. I know my man Verno was up in here, JB from Discovery Bay, Billy, and then TM was here, yup, and the Bronze Page, Agu Rhythm, Taki, and that's it, man. Yeah, dude, thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. You guys are the best, man. Yeah, episode was dope, bro. Yeah, bro, ask her, brother, and let me know. We'd love to have you. Oh, man.
She'll like to watch Legend as well. Trust
me.
Bro,
Legend is dope, bro. It's like fucking really good, bro. I love it. All right, though, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend, man. Y'all be safe. Take care.